The night has fallen. Welcome to the world of EduTales for Kids. Tonight, we will discover a secret hidden behind the castle walls, and it all begins with a princess who had magical rainbow hair. Once upon a time, in a beautiful kingdom nestled between rolling green hills, there stood a grand, magnificent castle, sparkling under the sunlight. But the strange thing was around that castle rose a towering wall, thick and high, as if it were hiding a secret. Inside those walls lived Princess Lyra. She was breathtakingly beautiful, but what made her truly special was her hair. Oh, her hair wasn't golden, nor brown. Princess Lyra's hair was a shimmering rainbow, as if someone had captured a rainbow from the sky and wrapped it around her head. Each color of her hair carried magical power. The strands of red could create fire. The strands of blue could summon water. The golden locks could shine with dazzling light, and the purple strands could call forth the wind. Sounds amazing, right? But actually, it was a big problem. Because the power was so strong, whenever Lyra felt happy, sad, or angry, her hair would perform on its own. Once, she got too excited. Her red hair suddenly flared up and singed the curtains. Another time, when she was sad, her blue hair filled her entire room with water, like a swimming pool. So Princess Lyra lived a lonely life in the castle, afraid that her magical hair might hurt someone. One autumn afternoon, when golden leaves rustled outside the window, Lyra sat on the window ledge, reading her favorite book. Suddenly, clink, a strange sound came from the garden below. Startled, Lyra thought, could it be a thief? Fear rushed through her, and her red strands began to sparkle dangerously. But then she saw a young man in shiny armor crouching beneath an apple tree, rubbing his ankle. He didn't look like a thief at all. He looked more like a knight. It seemed he had tried to climb over the wall, slipped, and fallen. The young man looked up. His eyes were as blue as the sea, and though he was surprised, there was warmth in his face. "Oh, forgive me," he said, standing up and bowing politely. "I am Kale, a knight in training. I heard stories about your beauty, princess. And I must admit, the stories don't even come close to the truth." Lyra stepped back. "You should leave. It's dangerous here." Just then, a strong wind swept through, making her shiver. Her purple strands began to tremble. Whoosh! A small whirlwind suddenly burst forth, swirling leaves everywhere and tossing the poor knight flat onto the ground. "See? I told you!" Lyra cried, tears welling in her eyes. "I'm a monster. Go before I hurt you even more." But Kale just laughed. Standing up, he brushed the dirt off his armor. That was a strong gust. But I've faced scarier things before. He stepped closer, his voice gentle. "You can't control it, can you? This power of yours?" Lyra nodded. "It just happens. Like a reaction. I can't stop it." "Ah," Kale said, as if discovering a great secret. "Then maybe you simply haven't learned to talk to it yet. Every weapon, every power needs training. Even my sword here would be useless if I never learned how to wield it. Why not try to wield your hair?" Kale's words struck Lyra like a beam of light cutting through her darkness. Everyone had always told her to suppress or hide her power. No one had ever told her to learn how to use it. From that day on, Kale became the castle's secret visitor. Every day, he climbed over the wall, and together they trained. Each time Lyra failed, Kale never gave up. He would just smile and say, "It's okay. Next time, we'll do better." Slowly, with Kale's patience and faith, Lyra began to sense each strand of hair, each current of energy. She was no longer afraid of herself. She was learning to befriend her magical hair. Winter came, and snow blanketed the castle walls. That was when a great threat loomed over the kingdom. From the far north, the witch Morwen came to conquer, seeking to turn the land into a dark, lifeless wasteland. The king's brave army fought, but Morwen's power was overwhelming. She blew soldiers away with poisonous winds, burned their shields with black fire, and drained the kingdom's water dry. Lyra's heart ached. She knew she had power, but was it enough? Old fears returned. "I'll only make things worse." Kale placed a hand on her shoulder, his eyes full of unwavering trust. "Lyra, I've seen your courage. I've seen you tame fire, command water, and shine through the darkness. Your power isn't a curse. It's a gift to protect those you love. Morwen uses power for greed and hatred, but you'll use it for love. And love is the greatest power of all." His words filled Lyra with strength. His love and faith lit a flame of courage in her heart. She nodded, her eyes shining with resolve. Lyra climbed to the highest tower of the castle, where she could see the entire battlefield. The wind whipped through her rainbow hair, each strand awakening, sensing her determination. Below, Morwen raised her staff, ready to strike the castle gates. "Surrender," she screeched. "This kingdom will be mine." Lyra took a deep breath. She closed her eyes, not thinking of fear, but of everything she wanted to protect: her parents, her people, and Kale, the one who had taught her to believe in herself. "For love," she whispered in her heart. She raised her hand. Her fiery red strands blazed, but not in destruction. Instead, they formed a towering wall of fire, brilliant, protective, shielding the soldiers and warming them from the icy cold. Morwen screamed in fury. "What is this?" She hurled a blast of black energy straight at Lyra. Lyra stood firm. She thought of peace and calm. Her blue strands flowed, creating a giant shield of water, clear and strong. The dark spell dissolved into harmless droplets of mist. "Impossible!" Morwen shrieked, summoning deadly black winds. They roared toward Lyra. Lyra smiled. She remembered the gentle breeze in her garden, the freedom it brought. Her purple strands danced, unleashing a mighty pure wind that swept away Morwen's poisonous storms, scattering them into nothingness. Morwen, now powerless and terrified, saw her dark magic destroyed by a force far more beautiful and pure. She stumbled back and was quickly surrounded by the king's soldiers. The kingdom had won. Cheers of victory echoed everywhere. The gates opened. For the first time in years, Lyra stepped outside, but not in fear. She walked proudly, her rainbow hair glowing softly like a radiant banner of triumph. She searched the crowd for a familiar face, and then she saw him, Kale, standing at the foot of the tower, smiling up at her. In his eyes shone a sky full of pride and love. She walked to him. "I did it," she whispered, her voice trembling with emotion. "I knew you would," Kale replied, his voice thick with feeling, "because your heart is stronger than any magic." And before the entire kingdom, the young knight bowed and placed a gentle kiss upon the hand of the princess with rainbow hair. From then on, there were no more walls around the castle. Princess Lyra became the kingdom's greatest protector. She used her power to warm homes in the freezing winter, water the fields in dry summers, and light up festivals with dazzling sparks of magic. And Kale? Well, he no longer had to climb walls. He became the captain of the Royal Knights, and, more importantly, the lifelong companion of Princess Lyra. Together they ruled with peace and happiness, and they lived happily ever after.